coming. I know it is tricky to come child-free, so we appreciate that. The school is not 100%. We're almost there. It'll be ready in time for our mini mornings next week. So thank you to our enrichment providers. They are going to do free trials of their programs the last week of August. So dance and computers and soccer. So those more information will come home for that. But if you are interested in signing up, that's what they are here for. So thank you all so much for coming. And then there's still treats there if you want it. I'm going to just talk quickly and try to keep it brief. And that way, if you have questions afterwards, you're welcome to ask me about them. We're going to start with some reminders of things that you probably already know. And for the new families, this is just to remind you as well, these were things that I said in the tour. When you come to drop your student off, our doors are going to open at 8:10 now. School starts at 8:15. They will still be dropped off in their appropriate spots. VPK into the lunchroom, 2s, 3s into their class, 3s, 4s into their class. That door is going to stay unlocked until 8:30. If you come after that time, obviously ring the doorbell. When you come in, our sign in and out books have moved to the other side of the wall, but they're still here. VPK is in its own book. 2s, 3s, and 3s, 4s are in their own book, alphabetical order by last name. It is very, very important that you put your full signature. A first initial and last name is fine. Just initials, they will not accept, and they will be a pain for us. So I see Chelsea shaking her head. I will have to track you down, and I will have to say, please go through and change all of your signatures, which is not fun for you or me. So if you can just make sure that you're putting first initial, last name, or your full name, not printed, a signature, what they are looking for when they're checking for fraud. And this lady's real job is to go through and see, does it match the signature that you put on your government identification, like your ID? Does it match what you signed on your VPK certificate? So if you have a doctor's signature that is illegible, that's fine, as long as all of them look the same and that's what your identification looks like as well. So that is her job. At the end of the month for VPK, you will be signing, actually the beginning of the month, you will be signing the VPK short form. The signature also needs to match your signature in the book, basically stating that all the dates for the month are correct. So when at the end of August, September 1st, whatever the first day of school is in September, you will be signing for the month of August, and you will be dating it the date that you're signing it. So September 2nd, 2024, I'm signing for all the dates in August. Yes, those are the dates that my child attended. No one has messed with my sign and out sheet. So that is what this is for. So when you see this out, that is for VPK only, and it's just government documentation that your sign in and out sheets are correct. Any questions about the sign in and out books?
And the time has to be exact.
And the time has to be exact. Thank you, Mrs. Ramirez. If you put 8:30
I will also hunt you down.
8:15 at 15, she's going to say, there's no way you were here every day at 8:15, even if you were here every day at 8:15. So if you, the clock is there for that reason. The same when you're picking up. It's normally at drop off, the times are pretty exact, but at pick up, I know it's very easy to put 3 p.m., or noon, or 11:30, or whatever it might be. But if you can just check your watch, your phone, whatever, and or make up a quick time, I don't care. Just so that it doesn't look like it's the same time every day. And if you have someone else picking up, someone else dropping off, if you can let them know as well, so that way we don't have to have you track them down for that signature and the timing. Questions about signing out books? Okay, everyone here knows now. So after you sign your child in and the same blue lines are there, the same yellow lines are there, hang up your tote bag, walk them to the door. Just a reminder, please do not go into the classrooms unless it's a volunteer event where we invite the parents in. Just makes it very difficult for the parents, or for the students who've already said goodbye to mom and dad. So a quick bye at the door. If you need more time in the hallway, that's fine. Just kind of do it away from the door, so that way we don't have students sitting in the classroom looking out thinking, I wish I was out there with my mom right now. So just a quick bye. I promise you that they will be fine. If they're not, we will let you know. My cell phone is definitely the easiest way to get a hold of me or get a hold of the school if you need something. So when they are dropped off, there is going to be a little bit of difference of what's happening in the rooms. With our new curriculum, so we received a grant from the Early Learning Coalition last December. We purchased this grant. So we have been waiting and waiting for this moment for a very long time. So we have a new curriculum, we have some new furniture down at the school, we painted the school this summer, we did not get a summer, but the school looks awesome, and we're very excited for you to see that and for the students to see that. But there are gonna be some changes. So one of the changes when you are dropping your child off is what that looks like for them. So each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, each of those days are gonna have a specific theme. So when they're dropped off, Monday morning, that specific theme might be everyone's doing puzzles that day. So they're gonna go in and grab a puzzle. If they, there's gonna be more than one puzzle option for each of them, but they're all gonna be doing individualized work in the morning for about 15 minutes for drop off. And that changes every day, but every Monday will be the same, every Tuesday will be basically the same. So it's something for them to kind of look forward to. Our snack time is being pushed back to more middle of the morning, so they're not coming in and having snack right away. I know some of our students would eat breakfast, still come in and have snack, and still be hungry 5 minutes later. So this is just for you to make sure that they're eating something before they come, because it'll be closer to 10 o'clock before they have snack. So those individualized activities when they come in the morning is going to be very different for them, for the students that are returning, because they're used to just going in and playing with whatever we have out. So that's going to change a little bit for them, but part of this curriculum is really focusing on specific fine motor skills, specific activities, and we think that the growth is going to be pretty quick for them as we elevate that each week. So when they're dropped off, that's exactly what they're going to do. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because if you are unable to get here until 8:25, we're cleaning up those activities at 8:30. So just kind of keep that in mind. 8:10 when they're dropped off, 8:15 when it starts. We're giving them only 15, maybe 20 minutes tops for those specific activities. So if your child really is into, we're going to have some really cool LCD boards and things like that. So if they're into those moments of calm for a few minutes by themselves, then those are great options for them, and it might be something that you want to try to get them there for. Our curriculum is a lot. It's called Learn Every Day. There's some information about it online if you want to look it up. It is a Kaplan curriculum. It is going to be very different for them, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're super excited to dive into it with them. So with that way that the morning drop-off is going to be, again, right at that 8:30 time, we're going to clean up, and then we'll do our normal going to bathroom, getting into our classroom, doing centers and things like that. But with each day being a specific theme when it comes to morning drop-off, each day is also going to be a specific theme for the whole entire day. So we have Mindful Mondays, Tasty Tuesdays, Work Together Wednesdays, and Artsy Thursdays. This is part of the curriculum. So if your student is not artsy, there's, every Thursday they might not be into what they're doing, but we're going to help them work into these curriculum things. Each classroom is going to be doing this a little bit different, but it's going to line up with our curriculum. You're going to get an email version of this. It's going to show you exactly what we're working on for each of those days, so that you can kind of talk to them about this at home as well. So this is a little bit different for our curriculums. A lot of the things that we're going to be doing in the class will not be tangible items coming home. We still are going to have those pictures so that you can have, that talking point for your students, but this is the best way for you to be able to kind of have that conversation, is to see that, I saw that you made sensory bags today. Let's talk about that. We are going to be sending an email out once per month. It'll come out at the beginning of the month. It will have everything for the month in there. Your themes sheet that you receive that goes over our monthly themes and also goes over our color and our letters. This is for the whole entire month. So there's really no reason for a weekly breakdown that we were doing before with the letter of the week and specifics for that week. It is going to be done in the month. And so at the beginning of the month today, I will be sending out the one for August, and it will have our calendar like this. It'll have our normal August calendar like this, and then it'll have just in our newsletter, and it'll have all that information that you need to know specifically about August. There might randomly be another email that'll come out for something that is like a special theme day, like Valentine's Day or something like that. But That one email is for you to be able to go back to at any point to see what you need to know about the month. And they will be specific for class, because a lot of VPK will have their own 3s, 4s, will have their own 2s, 3s, will have their own as well. Because when we get to this, thank you for letting me use yours. When we get to this, you'll see there are VPK family days. That is for VPK only. You will have the option to stay with your child and participate in this event. That's what it's designed for. If you cannot, do not sweat it. It is not a big deal. We have plenty of staff that are going to be there for it. If you have to work, it's completely fine. If you want to send a different adult in to do this with them, you may do that as well. It does not even have to be a family member. Whoever you would like to have them do this family day with, you are welcome to send in. It is a short morning, but these are going to be our specialty family days that are part of this curriculum. All the activities that we're doing, if you're unable to attend, the staff will be doing that activity with your child, so they won't feel left out. Some of these events have guest speakers like the Humane Society coming to do their animal program that we've had at the school in the past. This would be an example of something that might happen on a day like that. So those days are going to be specific for VPK, so there's no reason for that information to be in the email for 2s, 3s, 3s, 4s, so we don't confuse everyone. Any questions about the calendar, the email? What else can I tell you? We are going to still have our outside time. Closed-toed shoes are best for our playground. Again, that 20-minute time frame is required in the morning and the afternoon for from DCF. So if it's raining like today, we would just do something inside, like a gross motor skill inside. But that is required. We're not allowed to put on sunscreen. We're not allowed to put on bug spray. So just be aware of that if your child is sensitive to it. Long leggings or pants, something like that would be helpful. Their cubbies are a little bit different. We are asking you to bring a change of clothes for them like we always have, but that's going to be put in a separate location to make it easier for us when we need that. So their cubby itself will only have the school supplies that you provide, so that we can really help them with that name recognition and being able to take care of their own supplies and just make it easier to get in and out of their cubbies. But you are still welcome if you want to have them have a long sleeve for the classrooms do get cold. We're just going to leave that in their bag. So if you want them to have that every day, you can just let them have their sweatshirt left in their bag just so it's easy for them to grab. When our morning gets going and all of our activities are being done, we're going to be very busy in our classrooms. For dismissal, our 3s, 4s time has changed. It is flip-flopped. They are dismissing at 11:30 instead of noon, and VPK is dismissing at noon instead of 11:30. The same, though, will apply when we dismiss. We'll open the door 5 minutes beforehand, so at 11:25 for our 11:30 dismissal, 11:55 for our noon dismissal, and when we see your face, they will walk out. If you are sending someone that we are not familiar with, if you can just text me a photo of them and then just remind them that I will be asking for their identification or Mrs. Ramirez when we dismiss. We do ask that when we dismiss them, if you want to stay and socialize, that you walk your students over to the grassy area on the other side of the parking lot. It just makes it easier for the families that are coming out in and out, especially if you're picking up at 11:30 and we have another group of students being picked up at noon. The kids are little, the cars are big, it just is a safety concern for all of us, so we just ask that you, sign them out, walk them over, and then spend as much time as you want catching up with everyone. So dismissal will, like I said, will happen the same way. They'll be dismissed from inside one at a time going down the ramp. Anything else I can tell you that's different? Our lunchtime is being pushed a little bit, so instead of our snack now being around 10, lunch will start at 11:45. Lunch is only for students who are staying until 3. I know some families have their students staying 2 full days, like in a VPK situation, instead of all 4. So you'll just make sure you bring your lunchbox on their full day. Same with our normal lunch. We don't heat it for them, we don't refrigerate for them, but we will set everything up for them when they're done. Everything worth saving, we will send back home in their lunchbox. It is very helpful if you label the things. I know it seems super annoying to label an ice pack, a lunch container, those type of things, but if you're able to, at least in the beginning till it wears off, it's helpful for us because as we're taking their stuff out and setting it out, and then we pack them back up, but every now and then a student pushes something to the side that's kind of in between lunch napkins and we have no idea. Yes, I said yes, Mia. Oh my gosh.
I wish I looked at it.
Yes.
Pizza Friday is now Pizza Thursday? Or
We're not doing pizza at all, just keeping it simple with packed lunches, but we are wearing our red school shirts on Thursday if you would like your child to wear it as well. Our Thursday is kind of our new Friday, but we will be having those Friday fun days randomly for VPK. The staff will be here on Fridays doing, not every Friday, but a lot of Fridays doing more professional development with this curriculum, and then that is also when we're going to be able to do those deep cleaning. When you're looking at the calendar for the year, just go through that closely if you have students that are also in the public school system, because there's a couple of dates that the public school has off that we do not, because we do not need those extra teacher work days now that we have our Fridays. And then for instance, we're open on Veterans Day, but we are closed for Election Day just because this is an election spot. But they're closed for both of those days. So there are a few things that are different, and then there may be a random day or two where we are closed that they are not, just because we have state courses that testing that we have to participate in. VPK will still be getting assessed 3 times right in the beginning of the school year around September, again in January, and then again in April. And then our 3s, 4s are assessed those same 3 times, but their assessments do not go home. It is a packet that is done. It is a continual assessment, so it does not go home until the end of the year, but you're welcome to set up a time to look at it at any point. And then we do not do formal assessments for our 2s. I think that we've covered everything. We're very excited for a new year. We're excited for these students. The growth that's going to happen. We have 19 VPK students, and we have 10 to 11 of those 19 that are staying all day. Our all-day curriculum is not this curriculum. It is still our Sing, Spell, Read, and Write. That is a curriculum that we've had really good success with, so we're keeping that for our afternoon program, which means that in the afternoon, instead of doing work time in small groups like in the morning with a lot of activity going on, our afternoon work time is a little bit more of like a kindergarten format where they're all sitting down doing work time together. We play classical music. It starts with only 5 minutes of that, and by the end of the school year, they build up to being able to do that for 20 minutes. They know that when they're done with their work, they can draw something on the back, they can go get a book, they can get a puzzle, and it just really helps that balance of being able to deal with working and staying focused with things being excited and busy, and then sometimes that's almost even harder to be able to stay focused when things are super quiet and there's nothing going on. So that's just a nice balance for our full day students. We have a lot of 3s, 4s that are staying all day as well too, and so they're going to be doing that exact same thing, just on a little bit smaller of a scale. So it's developmentally appropriate, but we don't want to push them too much, but we do want to push them. That's the goal, is to try to get them to build up those skills. Social skills are obviously our #1 priority. We want to teach them to be awesome, tiny little humans, and we know that you're doing the same thing at home. So being a good friend to us is way more important than them being able to know every single letter of the alphabet, but our goal is obviously for both of those things. So if you see changes at home, struggles at home that you want to make us aware about, we appreciate that open communication, because we know that especially for our younger students in like the 2s class or ones that are newly potty trained, even in the 3s class, regression happens, behavioral changes can happen because they are not used to hearing from a different adult that, no, I can't do this, or this is the option that we're doing right now. So that's to be expected, and we're going to work with you on that and just try to keep them, happy, but also focused and learning and just doing the best that they can do, and that's our goal. Any other questions? Thank you guys so much. Feels like we're in school. I don't like it.